Have you ever felt a ghostly presence in the dead of night? Explore 10 bone-chilling encounters in haunted houses that will leave you questioning reality itself. Number 1. The Amityville Horror House. A family terrorized. Imagine moving into your dream home, only to discover that it's a nightmare. This was the harrowing reality for the Lutz family when they moved into the infamous Amityville Horror House in Long Island, New York. What started as a fresh start quickly turned into a living nightmare as they experienced unexplainable phenomena that would haunt them for years to come. From the moment they stepped foot inside, strange things began to happen. Mysterious odors permeated the air, with no source to be found. Objects would inexplicably move on their own, seemingly guided by an unseen force. But perhaps the most terrifying aspect was the presence of a sinister figure, described as demonic in nature, that seemed to lurk in the shadows, watching their every move. As days turned into weeks, the Lutz family found themselves living in a state of constant fear. They would wake in the dead of night to the sound of footsteps echoing through the empty halls, only to find no one there. Doors would slam shut with tremendous force, leaving them feeling trapped and powerless in their own home. The Lutz family knew deep down that something beyond the natural realm was at play. Their ordeal captured the attention of the world, sparking a wave of fascination and terror that continues to this day. The Amityville Horror House remains a chilling reminder of the thin veil between the living and the dead. Number 2. The Whaley House, home to multiple spirits. In the heart of San Diego stands the Whaley House, a historic landmark with a dark and haunting past. Built atop the site of a former gallows, it's no wonder that this stately mansion has become known as one of the most haunted houses in America. For those brave enough to venture inside, the Whaley House offers a glimpse into a world where the spirits of the past refuse to rest in peace. Visitors and staff alike have reported eerie encounters that defy explanation. Apparitions of long-deceased residents are said to wander the halls, their spectral forms appearing and disappearing in the blink of an eye. The sound of phantom footsteps echo through the empty rooms, as if the ghosts of the past are still pacing the floors in search of something lost. Many who enter its hallowed halls report an overwhelming sense of unease, as if unseen eyes are following their every move. It's a sensation that lingers long after they've left, leaving them questioning the nature of reality itself. Despite its ominous reputation, the Whaley House continues to draw curious visitors from around the world, eager to experience its paranormal phenomena firsthand. For some, it's a thrilling adventure into the unknown. For others, it's a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the enduring power of the supernatural. Number 3. The Myrtles Plantation, where ghosts roam the halls. Nestled among the rolling hills of Louisiana lies the Myrtles Plantation, a majestic estate with a dark and troubled history. Once a thriving plantation, it's now a bed and breakfast where guests can spend the night if they dare. But for those brave enough to venture into its haunted halls, the Myrtles Plantation offers an unforgettable experience filled with ghostly encounters and unexplained phenomena. From the moment you step foot on the property, it's clear that something is amiss. The air is heavy with the weight of centuries past, and the whispers of the departed seem to linger in every shadow. Guests have reported seeing apparitions of long-dead slaves wandering the grounds, their tortured souls unable to find peace. Inside the mansion itself, the paranormal activity only intensifies. Phantom footsteps echo through the empty corridors, accompanied by the sound of disembodied voices whispering in the darkness. Guests have even reported feeling sudden drops in temperature, as if a ghostly presence has brushed past them in the night. I think the most chilling aspect of the Myrtles Plantation is the legend of Chloe, a slave girl who met a tragic end at the hands of her cruel master. Some claim to have seen her ghost wandering the grounds, her spectral form haunting the plantation to this day. It's a reminder of the atrocities committed in the name of greed and power, and the lingering scars they leave behind. Number 4. The Winchester Mystery House, a maze of spirits. In the heart of San Jose, California, stands the Winchester Mystery House, a sprawling mansion shrouded in mystery and intrigue. built by Sarah Winchester, heir to the Winchester rifle fortune. It's a labyrinthine maze of corridors and secret passages that seem to lead nowhere. But it's not just the house's architecture that's baffling, it's also the supposed spirits that inhabit its halls. From the moment Sarah Winchester began construction on the house, strange things started happening. Workers reported seeing apparitions wandering the construction site, their ghostly forms disappearing into thin air. Others claimed to hear disembodied voices whispering in the darkness, urging them to carry out Sarah's mysterious instructions. As the years went by, the paranormal activity only intensified. Visitors to the house reported feeling sudden drops in temperature, as if an otherworldly presence had brushed past them in the night. Some even claimed to see the ghost of Sarah Winchester herself, wandering the halls in search of peace. Legend has it that Sarah Winchester was haunted by the ghosts of those killed by Winchester rifles, leading her to construct the house as a way to appease their restless spirits. Whether true or not, the Winchester Mystery House remains a testament to the power of the unknown and the enduring legacy of those who came before us. Number 5. The Sally House, haunted by a malevolent spirit. In the quiet town of Atchison, Kansas, stands the Sally House, a quaint Victorian home with a dark and troubled past. Legend has it that the house is haunted by the spirit of a young girl named Sally, who met a tragic end within its walls. But for those who have dared to enter, the Sally House offers an experience that is anything but peaceful. From the moment the young couple moved in, strange things started happening. They would wake in the dead of night to the sound of laughter echoing through the empty halls, only to find no one there. Objects would move on their own, seemingly guided by an unseen force. But perhaps the most terrifying aspect was the feeling of being watched, as if Sally herself were watching their every move from the shadows. As days turned into weeks, the couple found themselves living in a state of constant fear. They would hear whispers in the darkness, feel sudden gusts of wind, and even experience physical attacks at the hands of an unseen entity. Desperate for answers, they turned to paranormal investigators in the hopes of finding a way to rid their home of its malevolent inhabitant. But despite their best efforts, the haunting only seemed to intensify. It was as if Sally had become emboldened by their attempts to expel her from the house, tormenting them with ever-increasing ferocity. In the end, the couple had no choice but to flee, leaving behind the house and its restless spirit to its lonely fate. Number 6. The Bly Rectory, England's most haunted house. Nestled in the idyllic countryside of Essex, England, stands the ruins of Bly Rectory, once known as the most haunted house in England. Built in the 19th century on the site of an ancient monastery, it's a place steeped in legend and tragedy. But for those who have dared to enter its crumbling halls, the Bly Rectory offers an experience that is both terrifying and unforgettable. From the moment the first residents moved in, strange things started happening. They would hear disembodied voices echoing through the empty rooms, see shadowy figures flit past their windows, and even witness objects moving on their own. But perhaps the most chilling aspect was the feeling of being watched, as if unseen eyes were following their every move from the shadows. As word of the haunting spread, paranormal investigators descended on the house in droves, eager to uncover its secrets. They conducted seances, performed rituals, and even spent nights alone in the darkened halls, hoping to make contact with the spirits that called Bly Rectory home. But despite their best efforts, the haunting only seemed to intensify, as if the restless souls were unwilling or unable to find peace. In the end, Bly Rectory was consumed by fire, leaving behind nothing but ruins and memories of the horrors that had unfolded within its walls. But for those who experienced the haunting firsthand, the memories lingered long after the flames had died down, a chilling reminder of the thin veil between the living and the dead. Number 7. The Bell Witch Cave, a tale of possession. Deep in the heart of Tennessee lies the Bell Witch Cave, a place steeped in legend and lore. According to local folklore, the cave is haunted by the spirit of Kate Batts, a woman who allegedly tormented the Bell family in the early 19th century. But for those who have dared to enter its darkened depths, the Bell Witch Cave offers an experience that is both terrifying and inexplicable. From the moment you step foot inside, it's clear that something is amiss. The air is thick with the stench of decay, and the darkness seems to swallow you whole. Many who have ventured into the cave have reported feeling an overwhelming sense of dread, as if something malevolent is lurking just out of sight. As you make your way deeper into the cave, the paranormal activity only intensifies. You hear whispers echoing through the empty chambers, feel sudden gusts of wind brush past you in the darkness, and even experience strange sensations that defy explanation. It's as if the cave itself is alive, its ancient walls pulsing with an otherworldly energy. Number 8. The LaLaurie Mansion, a house of horrors. In the heart of New Orleans stands the LaLaurie Mansion, a stately home with a dark and troubled past. Once owned by the notorious Madame Delphine LaLaurie, it's a place steeped in legend and infamy. But for those who have dared to enter its haunted halls, the LaLaurie Mansion offers an experience that is both terrifying and unforgettable. From the moment you step foot inside, it's clear that something is amiss. The air is heavy with the scent of blood and decay, and the darkness seems to press in on you from all sides. Many who have ventured into the mansion have reported feeling an overwhelming sense of dread, as if the very walls themselves are alive with malevolent intent. As you make your way through the mansion, the paranormal activity only intensifies. You hear screams echoing through the empty halls, see shadowy figures flit past your vision, and even experience physical attacks at the hands of unseen entities. It's as if the ghosts of Madame Laurie's victims are still trapped within the mansion, their tortured souls unable to find peace. Number 9. The RMS Queen Mary, a haunted ship. Once a majestic ocean liner, the RMS Queen Mary now rests permanently in Long Beach, California, where it serves as a hotel and tourist attraction. But for those who have dared to spend the night aboard this haunted ship, the Queen Mary offers an experience that is both thrilling and terrifying. From the moment you step foot on board, it's clear that something is amiss. The air is heavy with the weight of centuries past, and the darkness seems to press in on you from all sides. Many who have spent the night aboard the Queen Mary have reported hearing disembodied voices, seeing shadowy figures flit past their vision, and even experiencing physical sensations that defy explanation. As you make your way through the ship's labyrinthine corridors, the paranormal activity only intensifies. You hear footsteps echoing through the empty halls, feel sudden drops in temperature, and even see apparitions materialize out of thin air. It's as if the ghosts of the ship's past are still trapped within its walls, their restless spirits unable to find peace. And finally, number 10. The ancient Ram Inn, England's most haunted inn. In the sleepy village of Watton-under-Edge, England, stands the ancient Ram Inn, a quaint Tudor-style inn with a dark and troubled past. Built in the 12th century on the site of an ancient pagan burial ground, it's a place steeped in legend and folklore. But for those who have dared to spend the night within its haunted walls, the ancient Ram Inn offers an experience that is both terrifying and unforgettable. From the moment you step foot inside, it's clear that something is amiss. The air is heavy with the scent of death and decay, and the darkness seems to press in on you from all sides. Many who have spent the night at the inn have reported hearing disembodied voices, seeing apparitions materialize out of thin air, and even experiencing physical attacks at the hands of unseen entities. As you make your way through the inn's dimly lit corridors, the paranormal activity only intensifies. You hear screams echoing through the empty halls, feel sudden drops in temperature, and even see objects move on their own. It's as if the ghosts of the inn's past are still trapped within its walls, their restless spirits unable to find peace. And that's it from this video. See you in the next one.